Hello, good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. K. Vijay Kumar, Associate Professor, of Public Administration, Government City College, Hyderabad. Now, today we discussed about the topic, that is politics and administration dichotomy, ideas of Woodrow Wilson and F.J. Goodenough. In the topics, the first one is objectives. Objectives of this topic. Then introduction about Woodrow Wilson. Importance of the study of public administration. Then history of administration. Then politics, administration dichotomy. Indispensable of civil services. Ideas of F.J. Goodenough. Then summing up. In the introduction, objectives are here to know the study of administration. To know the study of administration. What is administration? What is not administration? To know the study of administration. Then to understand the contribution of Woodrow Wilson's and Goodenough. These are the great thinkers of public administration. These are the great thinkers of public administration. Then identity, the difference between the politics and administration. Identity and as well as the difference between the politics and administration. Then introduction about Wilson or introduction. Woodrow Wilson heralded a new beginning in the thinking of administration. There would probably be considerable agreement among contemporary professional students of public administration that in his essay, that is the study of administration, which was published in Political Science Quarterly in 1887, is the most distinguished essay of such a brief compass in the history of public administration. In 1887, it proved a remarkable accurate prediction of the shape of things to come. Shape of things to come. Besides the study of administration, and Wilson published writings. Among more important are Congressional Movement, a study in American politics. The state elements of historical and practical politics. Division and reunion, etc. Writings he wrote. It is to be found the explanation of his great popular influence, his genius for simplification of complex issues, read his mastery of praise that makes the idea attractive. Wilson first analyzed the field of administration presented in his paper The Study of Administration. His paper is regarded as a significant trailblazing effort. The moral tone of Wilson's article reflected the mental setup of the reform period of USA, and it has been a continuing undercurrent in the study of public administration. Wilson, an ardent reformer and later the president of Civil Services Reforms League, facilitated the expansion of an ethical sense of public duty beyond the conceptual confines of the civil service and into entire intellectual terrain of public administration. Wilson was a combination of political reformer and executive leader, scholar and statesman, politician, and as well as administrator. Woodrow Wilson contributions, there are so many to the administration. The objective of administrative study, history of study of the administration, importance development of science of administration, politics administration dichotomy, relation between the public opinion as well as and administration. According to Woodrow Wilson, the primary objective of administrative study is to discover what a government can do and to discover how it could be gone in better manner. To quote Woodrow Wilson, it is the object of administrative study to discover first what government can properly and successfully do, and secondly how it can do these proper things with the utmost possible efficiency and at the least possible cost either of money or energy. Then Wilson postulated that the prior to 18th century the activities of the government were not as complex as they were in the 19th century. Political scientists during the period framed constitution for various countries and the administrative system implemented them without any problem. The focus of all political thinkers was in framing the law, and the implementation of such laws was treated as natural coronally, which required little scientific analysis and thought. Once a law was made, it was considered implemented, as the administration could force to it down on public without much resistance. According to Wilson, the 19th century presented a contrasting picture. To the above population had increased and the governmental activities had become extremely complex. The advent of an industrial society had thrown up problems of an extremely complex nature, which the government was expected to solve. Added to this was a concept of welfare state, which required the government to enter into almost every field of human endeavor. The activities of the government were not dictated by the constitution but the wishes of the people. According to Wilson, such an environment had brought about a situation where not only framing a constitution was difficult, but implementing the constitution was even more difficult and complex. There should be a science of administration which shall seek to straighten the paths of government to make its business less business like, to strengthen and purify its organization and to crown its dutifulness. The constitution making is easy compared to implementation of the constitution. That is the difficult. He thinks he quoted that type of quote. It is getting to be harder to run constitution than to frame one. It is getting to be harder to run constitution than to frame one. He quoted that quotation. He thinks there is a lot of differences between the politics and administration. Politics main duty is formulated the laws, but the administration duty is implementing the policies of the concerned state. Then introduction about the Woodrow Wilson. He born in USA and educated in that nation, and in those days there is a spoil system till 19th century, Having highlighted the importance of administration, Wilson lamented about the fact that the study of administration as a branch of the science of government was neglected by political thinkers. In those days, according to Wilson, no one wrote systematically on the administration as the branch of science of government till the end of 19th century. Political scientists mainly concentrated on constitution, nature of states, sovereignty, popular powers, etc. They were mostly concerned with the problems of democracy and monarchy. The question, who shall make law? What shall that law be and how law should be administered? With enlightenment, equity, speed without friction was put aside by most political thinkers, a matter of practical detail which could be arranged by laymen. In those days, in America, the administrative science was considered by Wilson as foreign science, developed by French and German professors. The reasons for growth of administration in European countries, according to Wilson, were twofold. First, that in Europe, the governments were independent of popular assent, and second, the desire to keep government a monopoly. Wilson concluded that the popular sovereignty in American had prevented the way of development of science of administration. He emphatically stated, it is harder for democracy to organize administration than for monarchy. Americans had enthroned public opinion as governing principle. Wilson asserted the need of development of science of administration in America by thought, principles and aim, putting aside the concentration on constitutional principles. Thus, Wilson outlined the history of the study, showed how it was a comparatively new development in political science. A very cogently represented the necessity and value of the study and indicated the methods by means of which it ought to be carried on. In the spoil system, they struggled. After that, he wrote an article, that is the study of administration, in 1887, which was published in Political Science Quarterly. Basically, he was a political science professor. Then after, he thinks administration is different from politics. Then after, he decided to worked on the administration. After that, he became a governor of New Jersey state in 1911, and then after, he will become a 28th president of USA. He got Nobel Prize in 1919 for peace. He is the creator of non-alignment movement. is the peacemaker, statesman, and philosopher, thinker, is great personality in the entire world thinkers. He contributed, Woodrow Wilson contributed a lot. He contributed a lot. Wilson believed that administration is a science. He strongly believed administration is a science. And he separated administration from politics. He separated administration from politics to straight the paths of government. To straight the paths of government. To make its business more business like. To strengthen and purity its organization. Organization to crown its duty with dutifulness. To quote Woodrow Wilson, up to our own day, all the political writers whom we know read had thought, argued, dogmatized only about the constitution of government, about the nature of the state, the essence and seat of sovereignty, popular power, and kindly prerogative, about the greatest meanings lying at the heart of government, and the high ends set before the purpose of government by man's nature and man's aims. The central field of controversy was that great field of the theory in which monarchy rode, tilt against democracy, in which obligatory would have built for itself strongholds of privilege, and in which tyranny sought opportunity to make good its claim to receive submission from all competitors. Amidst this high warfare of principles, administration could command no pause for its own consideration. The question was always, who shall make law and what shall that law be? The other questions, how law should be administered with alignment, with equity, with speed, and without friction, was out aside as practical detailed, which clerks could arrange after doctors had agreed upon principles. Background scenario, there was no proper administration till the 19th century. Spoil system in USA. Spoil system means when XYZ government came into the power, the ruling party can recruit the civil servants his own followers, relatives, friends, etc. Then after the system was spoiled in the USA, that is spoiled system. Maladministration. Maladministration, the justice is very delayed in the administration of maladministration. Then political corruption and the prevalence of spoiled system introduced by President Andrew Jackson in those days in USA. Wilson thinks to reform government, and reform should be in administration also. Wilson thinks to reform government and reform should be in administration. He wants to cure for corrupt and inefficient administrative system. He thinks greatly. He wants to cures for corruption and inefficient to administrative system. He thinks. Then after he changed the pattern of administration. Wilson believed administration is a science. He strongly believed it is a science. Then American administration deprived scientific methods. American administration deprived scientific method. Administrative science first developed in Europe. That's why maximum thinkers of public administration, they are from Europe. Administrative science first developed in the Europe. It is difficult to organize administration in democracy than monarchy. That is easy. In democracy, it is difficult to organize administration in democracy than monarchy. Administration has to be responsible in public opinion. He quoted that administration has to be responsible in public opinion. Then politics administration dichotomy. Wilson, who made one of the first dogmatic distinction between politics and administration. He examined the relationship between the politics and administration. Then administration should be free from politics. The activities of political parties, not the process of public policy formulation. It was Woodrow Wilson who made one of the first dogmatic distinction between the politics and administration. Prior to examining the relationship between administration and politics, Wilson defined public administration as public administration is detailed and systematic execution of public law. He defined public administration as detailed and systematic execution of law. Every particular application of general law is as act of administration. The assessment and raising taxes, for instance, the hanging of a criminal, the transportation and delivery of mails, the equipments and recruiting of the army and navy, etc., are all obviously acts of administration. But the general laws which direct these things to be done are as obviously outside of and above administration. The broad plans of government action are not administrative. The detailed execution of such plans is administration. Thus, Wilson stated that the first object of administrative study is to discover what government can properly and successfully do. This is a description of central concern of politics. But his paper is devoted largely arguing the separability of politics and administration. Although Wilson drew a line of demarcation between politics and administration, yet he was dubious about stretching this line across the dizzy heights and dense jungles of practical government. Wilson supported the thesis of separability of politics and administration by saying that administrative questions are not political questions, or politics is the special provision of the statesman. Administration of the technical officers or administration lies outside the proper sphere of politics. But at the same time, he accepts the interdependence and close relationship between the politics and administration. Wilson postulates that no line of demarcation setting apart administration from non-administrative functions can be run between this and the development of government without being run down the hill over dizzy heights of distinction and through dense jungles of statutory enactments. Either around ifs and buts, whens and however's, until they become altogether lost to the common eye. Thus, Wilson's views on relationship between the politics and administration have serious inconsistency, but the probable answer of Wilson would be that the politics from which administration should be free are the activities of political parties, not the process of public policy formulations. Then administration, public administration and public opinion. Public opinion should take in conduct of administration. The need is to make public opinion efficiently without any other suffering. Public criticism is altogether safe and beneficent, altogether indispensable. Wilson examined the problem as to what part shall public opinion take in the conduct of administration, and his answer was that the role of public opinion should be that of authoritative critic. Therefore, the need is to make public opinion efficient without any other suffering. According to Wilson, directly exercised in the oversight of the daily details and daily details and in the choice of daily means of government. Public criticism is of course a clumsy nuisance, a rustic handling, delicate machinery, but as superintending the greater force of formative policy. Alike in politics and administration, public criticism is altogether safe and beneficent, altogether indispensable. Wilson postulated that administrative study should find the best means for giving public criticism this control and for shutting it out from all other interferences. Then, indispensability of civil service. Civil servants are the apparatus government. Civil servants were in principle not involved in policy formulation. Civil servants technically trained, selection through competitive exams. In spoil system, it was not practiced. After that, he suggested all civil servants must selected through the competitive exams. Then after, technically they will be trained. He thinks. Then after, it is come indispensable to civil service. According to Wilson, for the improvement of public opinion, the civil servants of a high caliber are required. Therefore, Wilson felt the need of technically trained civil service. Wilson unambiguously stated that the civil servants are the appearance of government. Hence, it will be necessary to organize a democracy by setting up competitive examinations and selecting the best candidates. Wilson believed that civil servants were in principle not involved in the policy formulations. He was strongly opposed to the creation of a bureaucratic elite not subject to democratic control. According to Wilson, the ideal for us is a civil service cultured and self-sufficient enough to act with a sense and vigor and yet to intimately connected with the popular thought by means of elections and constant public counsel as to find arbitrariness of class spirit quite out of the question. Then ideas of Goodenough. He distinguishes and explains the dichotomy of politics and administration. Politics can never be compulsory apart from administration. His theory of separation between politics and administration has pervaded the practice of administration for years. Frank Johnson Goodenough he was also an administrative thinker. He is considered an important early scholar in the field of public administration and administrative law, as well as an expert as well as an expert in government. Goodnow argued for the centrality of law in public administration. Other public administration theorists have argued that other non legal values how to guide civil servants. Frank Goodnow is classwork, politics and administration. A study in government aims to express the separation of government authority beyond the traditional executive, legislative and judicial trade. Goodnow explains the dichotomy between the administration and politics. Goodnow outlines the separation of political and administrative authority in a comparative analysis between the United States and number of European countries. His analysis and suggestions are predicated upon the efficient and legitimate formulation and exercise of the will of the people and the source of administrative legitimacy. While the functions of politics consist the expression of the will of the state, the function of executing the will of the states has been called administration. The relation of politics to administration is one of separation of subordination. Goodnow argues that while politics can never be completely apart from administration, the executing authority, according to Goodnow, should be one of centralized administration in contrast to decentralized or local administration, and it should also not be overly controlled by the expressing authority for fear of imperial administration. Political parties are central to Goodnow's architecture of popular government and efficient administration. Government organs having powerful political parties ensure that will of the people is the will of the legislature, and thus through the forementioned subordinate relationship results in the effective administration of the people's will. Goodnow theory of separation between politics and administration has pervaded the practice of public administration for years. The spoil system was abandoned long ago, and the civil service system has placed the power of administration generally out of the hands of the legislature. In conclusion, the study of administration was considered a new beginning in the thinking on administration. Wilson was originator of the politics and administration dichotomy. F.J. Goodnow was similar to Wilson. He made technical distinction. The study of administration was considered as the new beginning in the thinking of administration, though Wilson did not regard his essay too highly. Yet Wilson had admitted that he was merely presenting a semi-popular introduction to administrative studies, and that is goes critically around the study. Wilson article has been interpreted by later scholars in the number of different ways. Some have insisted that Wilson was the originator of the politics administration dichotomy. Others have countered that Wilson was well aware the public administration was intently political in nature. The reality of matter appears to be what Wilson himself was ambivalent about what public administration real was. Wilson was not alone in advocating a clear cut separation of administration from politics. Another of Wilson's contemporaries who was greatly concerned about the mixing or meddling of politics with administration was Professor Frank J. Goodnow. The definition was similar to Wilson, although he made technical distinction between politics, execution of the will of the state, and administration as execution of that will. There was a little immediate reaction to Goodnow's queries about relating, not merely separating administration and politics. Wilson's well phrased, though somewhat ambiguous demarcation continued to be the accepted formula among many political scientists and most specialists in public administration. Wilson unquestionably posited one ambiguous thesis in his article that has had a lasting impact. The public administration was worth studying. His article can certainly be termed as seminal. The article marks the birth of public administration as self-conscious inquiry or a generic course. Thank you.